launch team wishes you good luck and Godspeed.
Space Monkeys blasting off with Adam Norcha. You may know him as Kyilkhor. He's a CTO of Moonsama, and very excited to have him on the show. Adam, welcome.
It's an honor to be here with you.
Fantastic, man. You guys are shipping like crazy. Obviously, you have a huge community all around the game here. Maybe you could just let us know how you got involved in the Moonsama project.
The whole thing was quite random and crazy. I would say like very unplanned.
Yeah.
I was just on a call with Donnie, where he was mentioning that, oh, Moonriver is launching and, do we want to launch something? This is like a good opportunity.
Yeah.
And we're just brainstorming and I just came up with the idea of like, why not launch the first NFT collection? And then we haven't slept for like a good 4 days.
Yeah.
And there we go. We managed to pull it off. And yeah, the rest is history, really. I think at this point, the things just naturally evolved and we couldn't stop.
I actually remember the announcement of the NFT collection and then the collection coming like less than a week later. And that's pretty much been the style of development ever since.
Yeah.
Did you know you were kind of aligned with Donnie on this insane shipping schedule beforehand?
Yeah, I'm 100% consenting to this. It's a really good match because I really like these crazy ideas and I know how to make them happen fast. I 100% agree and on board.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a very good combination.
Maybe for the people who don't know, we'll throw it on screen here. Which Moonsama do you have?
276 or 267, actually, I'm not sure.
Okay, well,
but the neon one with the crown.
Since you launched the initial, these kind of pixelated birds here,
Mm-hmm.
What's been the process of giving them more utility? Who comes up with the ideas, and how do you decide what to work on?
The thing I like about Moonsama is that it's growing so organically.
Yeah.
So most of the things that we build comes up as a natural need or we are solving an actual problem. So after we had the Moonsama collection,
Yeah.
just like, okay, we have a collection, then what? Like everybody else has collections.
Yeah.
And then we just basically was thinking what to do and, why not play Minecraft with the collections and then, okay, how you actually do it.
Right.
Then you actually get into the details and you're solving problems of how to bring an on-chain asset, which is like just lives on the blockchain and cannot leave the blockchain, an NFT or token cannot leave it. But there's the Minecraft or any kind of game, which is Web 2,
Yeah.
lives outside the blockchain. So like, okay, how do you connect it? And when I was working on it, I solved two problems. So one is basically, how to connect NFT to a Web 2 world. And then by working on it, I realized it's like quite a generic problem that I'm solving here.
Sure.
So why not make it a whole protocol, like very generic one? So that's how the multiverse, bridging the multiverse portal came to be.
Yeah.
And then it's also always bothered me around the, I don't know if you know, the NFT standard 1155, which is the semi-fungible NFTs.
Right.
So it was like NFTs that are NFTs, but they are almost fungible. And so I developed this hybrid 1155 ERC20. I wouldn't call it a standard because we haven't standardized it.
Okay.
But it's a hybrid token that's all of our resources that is connected to our resource economy.
Yeah.
Around Moonsama.
So part of the pattern of this innovation is you've decided you need to create your own chain, right? Yeah. Maybe can you talk quickly about how you arrived at creating your own chain?
The funny thing is that the total market value of our ecosystem became larger than the chain that we were on, like Moonriver and Moonbeam, which is a very funny situation. So that's usually a clear sign that, okay, you need to think bigger.
Yeah.
And we really want to experiment now with cool shit on the protocol level, on the layer 1 level.
Mm-hmm.
For example, NFT governance, gasless transactions, and baking all these cool features into a purpose-built chain.
Mm-hmm.
So we launched this layer 1 EVM chain right now, which is like a pure EVM chain.
So it's a substrate-based chain, but EVM compatible. Is this right? Okay, but the unique factor of this chain is something that you brought over from a previous project you were working on. It's this proof of authority.
So proof of authority is that validators put their reputation on stake. It's a permission validator set, so there is a governance process or mechanism that determines who gets to be a validator and who gets kicked out or who cannot join. For us, it's perfect to get started. So actually, our chain is similar to Energy Web chain, but it's more of like an upgraded version of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could transfer my knowledge there, and in the meantime, obviously, like I had more ideas of how to make things better, like support more long-term growth. So I applied that.
Right.
And yeah, that's what we gonna use to start experimenting with NFT-based governance, and then later transfer this knowledge to our parachain, which is gonna be like a permanently, long-term supported chain.
Are you guys going to carry over proof of authority onto the parachain as well?
Yeah, so probably, we will see.
Okay.
It will be based on the outcome of our experimentations on our EVM chain and see how this whole thing evolves or how the community reacts to certain things. And I think it's still open, and the good thing is on our own substrate-based parachain, for example, that we can, if we don't like something, we can change it.
So when it comes to governing with NFTs, how can you describe what you guys are attempting to do here?
It's basically deciding what goes into the chain, deciding who can become a collator, for example,
Okay.
like who gets to propose blocks. We are hoping, for example, that NFT-based governance or NFT-based participation brings actually more participation rates than, for example, fungible token-based governance models where participation rate is quite low.
Yeah.
And it's just so easy to game it. If you're a whale, you just need to buy, 1-2% of a supply to sway any kind of governance proposal to your way.
That's right. I guess reputation kind of comes into play there too, right?
Yes.
And the NFTs are not perfectly representing individuals, but it's a little more tied than just being able to buy random tokens, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fascinating stuff.
Yes.
Now, you're talking about decentralization there, and a criticism or like a FUD around the Moonsama project is centralized aspects of it. Just want to give you a chance to explain that a little bit and respond to these ideas that you're dealing with centralized infrastructure here.
It's more of a strategic and speed thing.
Right.
Because the more people you involve, the slower you become.
Yeah.
And in the blockchain space, especially like if you're a startup, like you're starting now, it is critical that you are agile and you have speed.
Yes, yeah.
It's easier to maintain this agility, speed, and this malleability if you keep decision making in a smaller group. And obviously, like I dogs myself, I'm staking my whole reputation in this project. Donnie too.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you do some shady shit or do things that hurt people, that comes down to us anyway, and we are axed.
Right.
But eventually, like as Moonsama grows, we want this thing to come alive.
Yeah.
And be able to run on its own.
Yeah.
If people want to see us go, then it should be a possibility eventually.
Of course.
But you have this network state idea, which always begins with there are like prominent figures in a forming, growing community.
Yeah.
Who set the culture, set the values, set the directions.
Yeah.
And at some point, it's transforming into like setting like a proper governance, giving control over to the participants.
I mean, you guys really have to move at the speed of your community.
Exactly.
And honestly, so many projects we've watched them just die because their community gets frustrated with the sluggish pace of development, right?
Yeah, exactly. So like we wouldn't be able to do this cool shit if we would involve everybody in everything all the time.
Yeah.
But like even though very important decisions are already made by the community.
Sure. Yeah.
So the governance basically running for many months and very essential big things are decided by them.
So this chain's just getting going now. What can we expect to see? Usually I ask 6 months, but for you guys, I'll ask over the next 3 months.
Yeah, 6 months. Oh man.
Who knows? What's the user experience of this chain?
It's an EVM chain, so everything that you are used to using in Moonriver, Moonbeam, Ethereum mainnet, like it is the same.
Yeah.
Our block time is 5 seconds, so it's faster.
Nice.
It's quite stable, I think. We built a very production-grade, corporate-ready, stable chain for Energy Web. The same kind of core team building that is built this chain as well, so we know what we are doing.
Yeah.
What we can expect is we slowly migrate all of our products and assets over to our own network from Moonbeam, Moonriver.
Yep.
It's all going to happen through the Multiverse Bridge, launching our validator program. So elected community members can join as well, running the chain, and then starting playing with governance. And in the following, few months, we're also going to have our parachain out as well.
And is the blockchain mostly for asset management? Like you're not actually running games on the blockchain, are you? Or is that in the cards as well?
Well, we are not there yet in general with the technology.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for example, the multiverse portal, if you can run Minecraft on the chain, then you wouldn't need any of this bridging stuff.
Right.
So yeah, we are not close to that yet, unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah.
Hopefully in a decade or two.
Okay, cool. I saw you guys launching a DEX.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. Like, what can I say? Actually,
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm struggling not to leak accidentally any information, but activity is being boosted on the chain, and
Cool.
life is starting.
Good stuff. So, working with Donnie.
He has amazing ideas, and many fun, cool shit comes from him.
That's cool.
In our team, I think what is great is that everybody has a voice. So like anybody can propose anything, and the others just iterate on it. We take it further. Our philosophy of working with people is that everybody who's part of the Moonsama core team is there because they want to be there.
Yeah.
I really hate like how it works in big corporations. These like big pyramidal structures, and I think if you work with like a brilliant person, you want that brilliant person to bring their creativity and ideas in,
right?
And you have to let this person flourish. Other than you hire a brilliant person just to tell that person exactly how to do their job. That's weird.
Yeah.
So we try to do it the other way around. People manage themselves mostly. I mean, of course, we are all aligned, and obviously, me as a CTO has a role.
Yep.
Everybody has a role, but we chose it. We grow into it, and people are allowed to exercise their awesomeness in Moonsama.
Amazing. All right. So I guess last question: what's the thing coming up on Moonsama you're most pumped about that you can say, or you could just reference slightly something you can't say?
I'm really looking forward to the DEX.
Yeah.
We try to make landing happen, so you can lend Moonsama, Exo, whatever to other people.
Lending. Yeah, cool.
To play, because it's already happening. It just happens in an OTC way, and we just don't want to see people fucking each other over.
Yeah.
Gromlin Karts is. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah. What's going on there? Are you guys designing a game from the ground up? Kinda, or are you porting it?
It's from scratch.
Amazing.
Yes,
Okay.
Scratch.
All right, dude. Well, thanks very much for talking with me. It's been really cool getting to know you and seeing the legend in the flesh.
You too, man.
And thanks for pumping our ecosystem and all that. We really appreciate what you're doing.
I'm just having fun.
Cool, man. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
See you.